Guys, gals, non-binary pals, friends of Frisbee here at Owakairangi Park and those watching from home on YouTube, welcome to the grand final of the 2023 Division 2 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Championships between Taranaki Thunder and Gangrene from Wellington, both Central Region teams, as Taranaki Thunder come out on defense. The winner of this match is going to be crowned our finalist, but as these are both Central Region teams, the floating bid for next year's Division 1 is going to go to the Central Region regardless. It's Horner and Smith again. We've seen these teams already on stream today. Stewart, back to Miskimen, marked by Powick, back to Stewart, pressured by Ibrahim. Goes wide, finds Faringa. Oh, no.
Back into the centre there.
Horner to Smith. Holman aggressive on the mark. The shot goes up from Smith.
And just out of reach. A good, great break.
Hit there by Toya Bagatsky.
Way to get horizontal for that one. Putting her body on the line, trying to secure that disc in the end zone. Would have been a big way to start this game off and put an exclamation point on this first point.
Powick to initiate, marked by Miskimen. Finds Ellington. That textbook reach on the backhand pivot. Puts it low. Powick sends a long shot up. Looking for Booth. Finds him.
And just a drop at the end zone there. Just maybe a bit of pressure from Gangrene.
More than a bit as Horner comes through, but Hansen's going to shut it down. What a fantastic play there. Holman, a laser through to Booth for the first score. Taranaki Thunder, up until this point, undefeated throughout the tournament, putting the first point on the board in the finals. A fantastic showing.
What an electric first point here, folks. Everybody at home, sit down, get comfortable, because we are in for a spectacular game here.
Taranaki Thunder coming out on defense again. We have Luke Raba with the pull, supported by Meika Xiao Williams.
And Taranaki Thunder has been a really, really strong team through Division 2 over the last couple of years. They came out third place in 2023 and third place again in 2022.
Absolutely fantastic to see that growth, to see them in the finals. So I think they were surprised themselves. They made the top 3 in last year's Division 2 championships, but it's no surprises now as Jenny Parker puts up the pull. Carter Squires with the disc, supported by Doyle and Smith. We're seeing Taranaki using a match defense. Leader managing to keep that one in hands, finds Carter Squires near sideline, marked by Szymanski.
Big sniff on defense there. As Carter Squires lets open a big rip, looking for Smith there. Just on the doorstep of the end zone now.
Broad making a great crossfield cut to make herself an available option, but Williams shuts that one down. It's Bagatsky. Carter Squires. Marked down again by Szymanski, finds Smith instead. Had that option for Carter Squires, but the line that he took let the defense get into position. But he's going for it anyway. Double coverage. It's Broad. Oh no, Lucetta Williams with the disc for that one to tie up the game.
She definitely wanted that space. She really attacked that corner there, and she just brought it down. It was a good play from Gangrene. Very chilly offense there.
Nice and patient. Really good to see. Smith saw 2 cuts opening up. Lucetta Williams with it over the top of the impressive bidding Hansen.
Might have just got a touch to it there, Hansen, as well, but great concentration there to bring that one down in the end zone. Just barely got a finger to that one.
What a beautiful play, though. And now it's Gangrene to come out on defense. Krumnall with the disc. supported by Broad, Miskimen, Horan, Thine. Deepest apologies to Lucy Thine's family. Turns out, as part of an elaborate prank on the commentary team here, we were given an intentional incorrect mispronunciation of her surname because she was in the bathroom and was unable to correct her devilish, evil teammates of Gangrene, who nevertheless have brought her to the finals. Hopefully they'll be able to walk away with a medal by means of apology. Ibrahim to pick up and initiate, supported by Nickel and Liston. Gangrene again with a match defense. Ibrahim with the gloves and the nice Tokay cleats, keeping him in top shape as it's Hansen. Paige Hansen, far sideline, marked by Thine.
And Thine's doing a really good job to contain that. She just really wants that disc in a particular way.
Hansen to Ellington. Horan, nice and active on the mark, threads it through to Ellington as well. Rad Dad Brad's got to be proud of the dynasty that he's built that have brought them to the finals. Great pressure by Horan. I think Ellington taking a second to question whether or not there was a foul involved. Looks like it's going to be an accepted foul. So Ellington is going to retain possession.
Gangrene putting the clamps on there in that point. Taranaki was struggling to find some options there.
Great work by Paige Hansen, seeing Ellington open up on that open side. Miscommunication.
And there's a foul call happening. Ultimate Frisbee is a self-ref game, so the players are there to maintain the rules and knowledge of this beautiful game.
Yeah, so just a bit of a discussion here as those players resolve that call. Looks like there may have been contact on the hand as Paige Hansen tried to release that throw. We can see that now. Contact on the back of the hand might have caused it to wobble a bit. We'll see it here. Came out a little bit wobbly and Ibrahim was not able to secure it. So foul impacting the throw. It looks from our perspective from that replay there was contact there, but it is up to the players themselves to resolve as they have done so. An accepted foul. So either... yeah, the throw will go back, as I guess there's no guarantee that Ibrahim would have caught it had the foul not occurred. So Hansen's going to retain possession, goes to Nickel, wide with a big fake, finds Liston as Miskimen slips on the wet grass. Great floater through to Ellington.
Getting a bit jammy there, trying to force it in potentially. Great defense from Gangrene and a mercy shot going up into the end zone.
Pulled down by Owen Ellington. I think they kind of recognized that one of the defensive players from Gangrene had peeled off their assignment to try and clog the space around the thrower, which left someone unmarked, which meant that Ellington, trusting Ellington, could put one up and come down with a comfortable score.
He's a very tall man. You can just back the height, just trust the matchup, and you know what? Just say, you know what? He's down there somewhere. Just put it up for him.
They're a very tall family. In fact, we can see that here. As Ibrahim tried to pressure that upline cut, Horan peeled off to provide Bagatsky with support, and it wasn't enough. That throw was not the option. It was a beautiful familial connection there. You love to see it. We can see Horan peel off the defense, leaving Owen Ellington wide open for that grab. Horan not able to get into a position to really attack the disc or make a play for it to put another on the point for Taranaki Thunder.
We can definitely tell that Owen really wanted to, he maintained possession of that disc really well. He maintained his really good spacing on the field as well. It was really good.
I nearly got a sniff on that, but unfortunately the genetics of Ellington giving him the advantage. As we see the pull going in and Horan's going to collect it, so he can get into the middle.
A great pull.
Taranaki with a really big mark at the moment. They definitely want to push that disc back.
Still sticking to a match defense. It's Emma Doyle on the disc. Finds Smith as a reset option, trying to step around Ibrahim. But he's got a lot of experience. He knows how to put on pressure. Horan marked by Powick, left hand. Slips one through on a great upline cut from Smith. Ibrahim shuts down the continuation. Holman parking up in the deep space.
And a bit of miscommunication there from the two Gangrene ladies. Just didn't know who was wanting that disc.
Whāringa and Bogatsky both making great cuts towards the space, but only one was necessary as they sought to pull back.
And another miscommunication there is Thunder turned the disc over again on a reset swing.
Gangrene have an opportunity here to tie up the game. Emma Doyle wants to let one rip. Finds Ben Wright. And a huge touch by India Hansen. Looked nice and clean. Just like the volunteer shirts provided to us by T-City. So a huge thanks to T-City, who were able to give us a lot of support in putting this tournament together. Hansen not able to get a touch.
Trying to slip that one through. It was a nice IO shot there. Couldn't find hands, unfortunately.
Great grab by Carter Squires there. Puts a laser beam through and a huge bid by Powick.
Incredible pickup there by Horan. And Powick makes up the ground on that strike cut.
And Taranaki
Closing
for
the gap.
defense there. That was very good. Gangrene wanted to thread it up that line there, and Taranaki said no.
Powick put on the wheels to chase that one down and get that D. That is an incredible defensive effort there.
You can't spell Taranaki Thunder without a big D as we look to swing to the center field for Powick. Really quick early possession. Chipping away with Hansen. Powick again. He's sending it for Raba. And he's got it. Thomas as an option in the downfield, but she's shut down. No, she's not. It's going to be a score as Taranaki Thunder go up by 2. The score now 3-1 in favor of the side from Taranaki.
I'm on the edge of my seat here, guys. That point was very, very exciting.
It was definitely very good flow play by Taranaki there. They wanted movement and they moved along to score. It was very good to see.
And we've seen a lot of that from their stream coverage earlier today as well. One of our commentators, Jackson, noted that Taranaki were utilizing a really low time of possession on the disc and using that to keep everything moving. In contrast to Gangrene, who we saw take things a little bit slower, trusting the sort of handlers in the wind to have those longer options available to them. Not to say they're not capable of it, but their preferred play style utilizes some of those longer shots after building up some momentum and identifying a power position with those handler resets, as opposed to just chipping away at the defense like Taranaki Thunder have done throughout the tournament and are continuing to do in the final match. Liston with a huge pull. Picked up by Horner to find leader.
He was winding that one up, Horner was. He was looking deep there.
Bogatsky marked by Booth now. A grab out of nowhere from Mikey Stewart. Finds Muskimin on the reset, goes wide, finds Bogatsky. Williams trying to shut down the Muskimin upline cut. What a slide from Krumna.
Wow.
Huge. Bogatsky on the reset, swinging back to Stewart. Liston getting in the way. Muskimin with a nice swing. Bogatsky has an option. Decides to go back instead. But it's Bogatsky.
It's lovely patience at the moment from this Gangrene offense. They're swinging it between each other really nicely. Here we go, Bogatsky up the sideline. And he's going to walk it in.
Muskimin to Bogatsky for Gangrene. It's going to put another one on the board, bringing it back to a 1-point game. This is what we've been hoping for, folks. A tight final, really hotly contested. Two teams going tooth and nail, point for point in it. The Taranaki Thunder with a slight early lead. A huge grab from Mikey Stewart.
That's incredible concentration to keep that one up. And speaking of incredible grabs, how about Cromnell?
That slide was just beautiful. She definitely wanted that disc and she grabbed it.
Rachel, you'd know a lot about spectacular slides to get the disc, wouldn't you?
Sometimes if you want it, you just have to take it.
Just got to put the body on the line.
Like I always say, the only way out is to lay out. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing some huge body plays. Despite the fact that a lot of our scores have been managed to be secured off some just great upright throws and leading passes. Fantastic to see. Our streaming coverage brought to you today by ULTI.TV, but a huge thanks to the pub charity who provided us with the funds to have an additional field streamed throughout the first day of the tournament. Huge thanks in making this tournament possible, but we're going to see Gangrene with a monster pull.
Landing just over halfway there by the looks of it. We're going to see a big mark going up.
Ibrahim to Parker. And a horizontal stack supported by Nickel. India Hansen.
She's been getting heavily involved in the first couple of minutes of this game. Hansen has.
Nickel getting a reset, finding Raba on a crossfield cut. Up the line to Thomas. Ibrahim to Nickel. Raba's there as an option. Tyne's going to shut it down. It's India Hansen again. The sidelines are tense. Great blade, and it's Bogatsky who's going to shut that one down.
We can see the two teams here really fighting for that gold medal today.
It's a great heads-up play by Bogatsky there to switch on and get in front of that disc to put it down. Speaking of, here she is on the disc now.
Marked by Thomas. And it's Horan, he's got it. Smith as an option. Ibrahim looking for where the continuation might be as he adjusts that defensive positioning. It goes crossfield, finds Broad. For Broad, quick reset back to Bogatsky, finds Smith center field as the room that Taranaki Thunder have left starts to collapse. It's Thine. Laser beam through to leader.
And Bogatsky with the disc. Toya Bogatsky.
Lovely float out from leader to put that one on a platter for Bogatsky there for the score. They made that look very, very comfortable. Smith with some lovely, lovely break throws there to keep that disc moving upfield.
And again, it's mixed ultimate. Just let the ladies do what the ladies got to do. There it is for Gangrene, trusting all of the members of the team. Just making sure everyone's getting a shot, everyone's getting a play, everyone's getting a touch. It's going to tie up the game, 3 apiece.
Here we go. Here we go.
What a finals. Like, definitely some really good Frisbee at the moment. Like, good flow play. Amazing grabs. Like, there's definitely some backhand grabs there. It's just a really good final to watch.
Huge pull by Gangrene, fielded by Pauk, working with Holman to chip up the field. Nice horizontal stack. We're seeing the what looks to be a zone-ish defense, maybe just a loose defense there as Pauk against Miskimen on the near sideline, wants to fire an upline, has to go back around to Holman, snatching it away from Bogatsky at the very last second. Ellington was an option, decides to push near sideline, finds the other Ellington, marked by Carter Squires, not enough developing in the deep space. Holman's underneath it. No, it's Ellington over the top. Gets skied, Jonas. Finishes off, tries to throw to Pauk, who makes a great play for it, but he's just outthrown. Huge territorial gains there. They can apply a lot of defensive pressure there if they want to turn it back. But Bogatsky puts up the high angle forehand for Carter Squires.
Great read.
Just pointing off into the distance, wondering where his teammates are, marked by Owen Ellington, pushes back. Finds Krumno to Miskimen as Bogatsky turns away. Holman with a great hand block there.
And he's on his bike. He's looking for the bookends there as he streaks long.
Makar with the disc. A laser throw. It edges over a little bit too early than she would like, and it's going to give the possession back to Gangrene. And another one. In the immortal words of DJ Khaled.
And we have a foul call at the moment, and so at the moment it looks like we have the players are just discussing what's happened.
So Skylar Ellington and Emma Doyle involved in that one as to whether or not there may have been contact on the throw, which could have caused it to wobble away to the ground. So just waiting for players to make that resolution. Looks like it's going to be accepted. And so Doyle is going to retain possession. Ellington checks the disc in. It's Bogatsky far sideline as Powick looks to close. A quick around. Finds Carter Squires. Puts a laser through the hands of Bogatsky straight into Powick, who's putting one for Ellington. Carter Squires underneath it. He's got it. What a specimen. Puts one through to Krumno.
Beautiful hustle on defense from Carter Squires there to chase that one down. Put on the burners, and
Ellington swings it back the other way. You've got to be kidding.
Oh my goodness me.
Oh my God, that's just...
Blocks on blocks on blocks. Putting one long, and Ellington's got it. Is it in bounds? Yes, it is. Taranaki Thunder up by 1.
I don't know what to say. There was a lot to unpack in that point.
I think the
Wow.
phrase, I think the phrase you're looking for, Sean, is Chahoo!
Chahoo!
That was just some incredible play from both teams there. You can tell how much they want it, how much they want to be in first place.
Carter Squires with that steal. And then the reset. Ellington shuts it down. And then streaks deep. Krumno's not going to get it. Powick to Holman. Oh, so pretty. We're going to see it fade away, but Ellington manages to get the edge out. Whew.
Bookends
What
as well.
a grab. My God, Father. Oh. Now we're going to see Taranaki Thunder come out on defense again. Raba with the pull. I can feel my heart rate elevating. My goodness. Woo. Raba with the disc. A huge backhand is going to come high and curve around to touchdown and around the brick mark. Right between the feet of Horan and Smith. Working together to initiate that offense. Finds Carter Squires around Raba. Goes past Liston, finds Aoife Broad getting a bite out of Shao. Has to look back, loses yards, finding Horan. Goes to the far sideline for Carter Squires, who's going to put one up. Looking for Horner. It's Booth. Booth with the block.
Horner got on his bike for that one. I haven't seen him run that fast in a while. He put himself into another gear, try and chase that one down, but a great piece of defense there.
And now we're going to get to see Ibrahim pick up and initiate, supported by Liston and Raba. Horan face marking, letting Raba get the disc. The horizontal stack, trying to create openings in the underspace and the deep towards the far end zone, but they were stacked a little deep, which means there weren't a lot of options able to develop before the defense could shut them down. Hansen straight to the hands of Smith on the opposition, going to generate a turn and give Gangrene an opportunity to come back the other way. Horner making himself available as a reset option. Carter Squires, just such secure hands. Carter Squires again. Liston on defense. Puts it wide. Finds leader Thine with a great cut towards that front cone. Looked off in favor of a recentering pass to Carter Squires. Puts one out wide into space. Horan a little slow to react. Some miscommunication.
Carter Squires saw that space out there, and I think Horan hesitated a little bit. Unfortunately, just that pass floating out to no one.
That is what Taranaki Thunder need. They're looking for an opportunity to widen everything up. Raba to Booth, far sideline. India Hansen an option, trying to get separation from Thine. Can she do it? It's going to be Raba on an upline cut. Shao is going for it. Horan just calling for where he needs to come back. Inbounds India Hansen, marked by Thine. She's looking for a reset option. Horan shutting down Raba. It's Ibrahim who's having to go wide. Around. Can't get a hold of it. It's Smith to secure the block.
Putting up that hammer on that reset option.
Stall line hammer as a reset's always an option, Sean.
Hammer time is always on, Blair.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to quote you on that as Carter Squires puts one up. Looking for Smith and finding him comfortably within bounds. Gangrene bring it back to a tied game. And a timeout has been called. We'll be back very shortly. A tied game. It's so intense. I'm struggling to keep my temper cool. This is just the very best ultimate we could have asked for on this weekend. The Division 2 2023 Mixed Ultimate Championships in New Zealand at Owakarangi Park in beautiful Wellington. We will be back very shortly.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Are we not live? Okay, so we are back as the timeout is about to conclude. Taranaki Thunder versus Gangrene, the final match of the 2023 Division 2 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Championships. As always, my name is Blair Monroe, and I'm joined in the booth by DJ Flex himself.
It's me, Sean Gardner.
And Rachel Siahani Royal, who I have had the pleasure of sharing a commentary booth with in the past. We had Rachel Larkin with us a little bit earlier, but apart from playing in the tournament and being one of the tournament organisers, she also stepped in to provide some commentary cover. A huge shout out to both her and to Emily Dinsdale, who have done an amazing job putting this tournament on for all of the teams who have travelled from all around the country to put on a display of the very best sport you could possibly see in the Southern Hemisphere. Rugby World Cup who?
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about what, Sean? The only thing we talk about is Ultimate, and we're about to start talking about it again as Gangrene are going to initiate a defensive point with Carter Squires one more time to come out with the pull. He's doing the most. He could do less and it would still be enough. He could do less and it would still be too much. What an absolute phenomenon, a specimen. Total beefcake. Carter Squires with the big rip. Sean, keep it together, buddy. I know you're from Wellington. I know it's intense. What a fantastic pull as the Taranaki Thunder are forced to lose yards to catch up to it. And we're seeing Gangrene quickly pour on that pressure defense. It's Powick and Parker.
And we're seeing what looks like match marking here from Gangrene on defense. Gangrene look like they're really aware of where the other players are, and they're looking to switch if they need to, and it seems to be containing the disc into the handler space at the moment.
Ryan Williams has the disc, now puts a low blade into Powick.
That's a great bid.
Great play by Bogatsky.
Sending it now up that sideline.
That was a fast throw, a really low release on that from Powick.
Absolutely, and Szymanski in great pursuit of that one, but he wasn't going to be able to catch that one. Great put, and it's going to give the disc back.
Smith to pick up the disc from Gangrene.
Marked by Ellington. Tries to bait that low release forehand. It's Krumnall with the disc. Goes back, finds Smith.
There's some tight defense here from
huge
Taranaki.
Play by Szymanski to shut down Stewart.
That was a big bid. That was chest tight, that bid was.
Wow, what a play on defense.
Powick has to go wide. to find Ellington, and it's Carter Squires again. You've got to be joking.
He's watching the disc the whole time. He's looking for those stray shots to the downfielders.
And now he's unmarked as he's able to put one through to Bagatsky. Toya Bagatsky back to Carter Squires, far sideline. Williams trying to close the trap, comes wide, finds Smith center field, marked by Ellington. Skylar Ellington pushing through, stuck on an assignment. It's Carter Squires with the bookends. Absolute textbook defense and offense, so smooth, so precise. Oh my goodness. Whew.
Just do it yourself, lad. Just do it yourself.
And we see here from here, we see Carter Squires set up a cut, and then you'll see him turn around, look over his shoulder, and that throw is already going as he was turning around. That is some good chemistry from the Gangrene team.
Williams absolutely left in the dust, hit him with the spin cycle, a little bit of Disco Inferno as he spins him around, leaving him wide open in the end zone for that great score to conclude that point, giving Gangrene the lead. The score now 5-4. What a steal. Oh, that and theft against corporations are the only kind of stealing we endorse here on stream.
We have Gangrene lining up with a woman pulling. We've got Doyle on the pull. So we haven't got much wind at the moment, but the prevailing wind is headed from the right to the left-hand side of your screen. The players seem to be not too disturbed by it. They've been throwing in this wind all day. They've honed in their throws.
A little bit of drizzle as well thrown in there, but as you say, Rachel, not much to throw off these players.
We've got a bit of a messy vert in the middle right now. Not many cuts from Taranaki.
Nickel marked by Doyle.
Nickel coming in from Christchurch.
Huge put from Ibrahim, looking for Raba, finds him to tie the game. 5-5, we expect nothing less but hotly contested points from both of these teams.
Raba's an easy target to hit, fast, tall, really knows how to read the disc. It's an easy choice.
And a prestigious youth career in the shadow of his performances today.
That brings the score to 5-5 at the moment.
It's a great deep cut from Raba, and he was absolutely crucial player for the U24's New Zealand team, Kia, in their campaign. Just a couple months ago, he was one of the captains for that team.
To the surprise of no one, that leadership, that mini mullet.
And for that, he stays on for another point.
That is the reward for playing great offense, is you then have to go and play great defense. We see the signal given that it is going to be a female matching majority. Based on a relatively recent rules change in the last few years, there is always going to be a 4-3 gender split on the field, and it switches every 2 points. So at the moment, we have female matching players make up the majority, and female matching players like Skylar Ellington with the desk, who will be responsible for the pull for that point.
We saw a bit more discussion from Gangrene on the line there. Looks like they're trying to sort out their offense, trying to see what's working against Taranaki and what isn't.
Miskimen to Carter Squires early, threads through to Horan. Booth on the mark.
Big rip from Carter Squires, looking for Crumno in the end zone and links up.
The German import scoring that point.
What phenomenal offense.
To give Gangrene the lead once again. My apologies, Blair, I've interrupted you once again.
No worries. The only thing that we don't want to interrupt is your view of the game unfolding in front of you right now. These two teams coming into the finals, going absolutely at it, trading point after point. Krumno with a great score on that one. Huge put by Carter Squires, nice out into space, plenty of separation, just ate that up.
That was a quick point. That was an energy-saving point from Gangrene. We see the players on the sideline keeping warm.
Sam McKevitt just itching to get on the field.
He's been unable to play so far due to a hamstring injury, but he's ready for his debut in this game.
Nice and low with a good bit of skim on that pull from Horan. Picked up by Parker. To Powak initially, finds Ibrahim. Powak immediately turning into an upline cut, toes that in. Beautiful pressure from Bogatsky, but it's not going to be enough. Powak puts it up, looking for Szymanski. Can he get around Horan? Yes, he has to go back to do it. Beautiful score there. We see Ibrahim put one out to Thomas to tie it up. Taranaki Thunder 6, Gangrene 6, a game to 15. Still anybody's match.
Last couple points have been trading, so Taranaki had a lead coming into, I think it was 3-1. Looks like they squandered that, but we're still tight in this game.
Great toe in there by Powak as well, and has that vision to look downfield and lets up a beautiful throw looking for Szymanski.
So we're going to see another timeout being called.
It's tense.
It's tense, and what it's going to come down to is who wants it more. Both of these teams have demonstrated they have drive, they have ability. We've seen bodies on the line. We've seen Szymanski make some amazing layout blocks. We've seen Skylar Ellington just do entirely too much work for a Sunday afternoon, having come all the way to really pour it on. We will have a see what adjustments these teams make after a short break.
We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI.TV. ULTILeague.net.
I'm Rachel.
Luke Raba with the disc for the pull for Taranaki Thunder.
And we have a 4 male, 3 female point. There's a bit of discussion on the Gangrene line. That's a substitution. Horan coming on.
For Ben Wright.
Wonder if that's just to even out the number of downfielders and upfielders that they have.
Looks to be like a very strong line for Gangrene at the moment. Lots of speed on that line.
McKevitt with his first point, number 73.
Gonna test out that hammy. Let's see if it stays on his leg.
This is the game to do it. Last game of the day.
Last game of the season.
And he's already got a touch on the disc, folks.
We see match marking from Taranaki. It doesn't seem to be as tight as it has previous points. There's quite a few unders that are open.
McKevitt just running circles around Holman. Manages to get one to Stewart up the far sideline, marked by Raba. Puts a shot up, looking for Smith to find him.
Smith usually a hander catching that in the end zone for the point.
What a fantastic play by Gangrene. Again, we're seeing some really efficient points, really short. Only a string of passes, a handful of passes. Bang, 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 and a score. It's perfect offense. We're not seeing a lot of turnovers, which is really, really good to see.
I'd like to see some more intensity on the marks here from Taranaki, from Thunder. We're coming into the middle section of the game, if we're looking at 15 points or close to there too. There's plenty of game left. They need to really make sure that they're working for those Ds.
Yeah, it was a wonderful flow by Gangrene. As Rachel pointed out earlier, Smith, usually a handler, streaking deep there and catching that one in the end zone. Gangrene have beautiful flow, able to have their handlers receive the disc, throw it, and then move into the downfield and become downfielders.
Krumnall with a spin pull, no less. Nothing if not style, touching down just inside the Taranaki Thunder defensive half. Parker to Powak, marked by Horan. Hansen with a great crossfield cut and an outside grab. Leader closing the gap. Powak on an up line, manages to get it over Horan.
Powak looking for another long shot. He likes that low release bomb. He likes all low releases. We've got Hansen in the middle, one of the 2 Hansens on this team. The Taranaki team is made up of an interesting mix of players. And there's been a call on the field. There's quite a few young players on Taranaki Thunder, developing players, as well as some experience that's been brought in. It's good to see everyone playing together, passing on the knowledge. Powick with the disc again, closer to the end zone.
Around to Nickel, can she get it?
A little bit of hesitation there from Nickel, unfortunately. I think she may have thought it was her player who was going to pick that up. Horan in the middle with the disc now.
Yeah, I think it was even though it's unfortunate that generated a turnover, I think it was still the smart play, considering that we had Liston coming in as well. Just that ability to sort of self-preserve, I think, is really important for longevity. But it's Krumno with it now. Xiao applying pressure on the mark. Big crossfield shot. Powick nearly gets it.
Bit of contact there, but no call from Horan. Looks like he's able to play through.
Thine snatches down, marked by Parker.
Every other pass to Horan here.
He's doing a really good job of quarterbacking this one. Fortunately, Whangarei just can't quite hold that one in.
She's so tall, but it came in just a little bit high. We see it here.
Powick picking up the disc. I had the pleasure of playing with Powick's brother this weekend on Ethos. Big shot from him to Hansen, looking for Hansen.
Can she pull it down? Yes, she can, but it's not in. Where's the support? Liston, aggressive. Travel was called.
Which interrupts the timing of Thunder a little bit. And the bailout hammer to the back of the end zone.
Booth gets it
Clean.
to tie up the game one more time. 7 apiece. There's no wind. Why would you not drop the hammer?
Now this next point is the point for half. So this is a big one. Both teams are going to want to be taking half. That's a powerful place to be. You know, it's a mentally, it's a really big advantage to take half.
Oh, the hammer on stream. You do, in fact, love to see it. Just full send, nice and crisp, a wide open Dylan Booth to reel that one in. But as you say, Rachel, this is the one that takes half. And here's the question, are Gangrene going to be able to continue to display that perfect offense we've seen them be capable of? Or is the Taranaki Thunder defense going to be enough to rumble through, generate a turn, and close out the half for the side in dark?
We could see on that last point there was a incredible strike cut from Powick, drawing all that attention, and Smith actually ended up poaching off Booth to cover that, which left him wide open for that wonderful hammer shot to go up. And here comes the pull for this point to take us.
Now, it's interesting because, remember, we had that earlier score down the for Taranaki Thunder when Skylar Ellington put that shot up to Owen. The same thing happened. Horan poached off when he saw that upline cut from Ibrahim. So maybe he's a little bit keen to bite on those because he's leaving players open to score for Taranaki, which is interesting. Doyle goes around Ellington, finds Horner as Szymanski looks to close. A little snappy backhand to Carter Squires. Lets a big one rip for Smith again in the end zone as Gangrene take half. Smith, normally a handler, as you pointed out, Sean, but we've seen him on 2 subsequent appearances pulling down the score in the end zone. Get you a man who can do both, and Gangrene have done just that. What a fantastic first half for our final. We could not ask for a closer game. 7-all, Gangrene putting one away to make it 8, taking half. We will be back for the thrilling conclusion of your tournament. Your season for these teams, it all comes down to the next few minutes. What a fantastic performance. My name, as always, is Blair Munro.
My name's Sean Gardner.
My name's Rachel Siahani Royal.
And what a pleasure it is to be here with ULTI.TV, proudly supported by New World, T-City, Pub Charity, and Pure Sports Nutrition. We will be back very soon. we are back for the second half of our final match at Awakairangi Park in Wellington, the 2023 Division 2 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Championships. Once again, my name is Blair Monroe. I'm joined in the booth by Rachel Siahani Royal and Sean Gardner. Rachel, Sean, how do you feel the first half of this game went?
It's been they've been mostly trading for this game. I think Gangrene's kind of in a bit more of a powerful position right now. We've seen some looser defense from Taranaki. They seem to be trailing those undercuts a little bit, so as the player's running under, they're right behind them to put a mark on, but they're not pressuring the catch. So I'd like to see a little bit more trying to stay on their hit when they're on your defense.
Yeah, Gangrene taking half, of course, so they'll mentally have an advantage here. They'll be coming in feeling good. We'll see if that momentum carries them through the second half as we see Horan with the disc putting up a big pull here to get this second half underway. Strap yourselves in, folks. Here we go.
Powick with the disc to Raba. Gonna put one up early, looking for Holman. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Looks like he ran it straight through the end zone to instantly tie up the game. 2 passes and we're done. That's how Taranaki choose to answer Gangrene taking half.
That was a confident deep cut as well from the Taranaki player.
They made that look
Holman.
very, very easy.
He read that all the way into his chest then.
Just a fantastic rundown by Mr. Holman. You do, in fact, love to see it. Once again, much like Smith, you typically see him do a lot of his best work in that handler space. But he's got the wheels. He's got the goods. He's got the look.
That versatility, crucial in games and tournaments like these.
And it means that the defense has to really respect that player as well. Even if they're in the handler space, they can go deep at any point. You need to make sure that you're keeping an eye out for that.
And what I find most interesting of all is noting that Taranaki Thunder in particular are using a very low time of possession play style. They're looking to offload those discs nice and early, keeping the stall count low. It really does require the capacity to play as an all-rounder. Which is absolutely fantastic to see. You don't have the typical separation that you would expect to see in a conventional offense where you have your handlers distinct from your cutters. But it's Powick with the pull. Huge rip. It goes nice and high.
Lots of float on that. And not wanting to be caught by Horan, he waits for that to bounce. Miss Skimmon looking for some over the top, instead opting for a sly inside to Horan.
Doyle has it, marked by Ellington. Laser beam through to Thine.
Big yards on that undercut from Thine.
Just as you said, Taranaki, they're letting them have those unders, even if they're coming off and initiating deep cut. Miskimen goes wide, finds Stewart.
Tied on the sideline. Ibrahim's allowing that around, knowing that Rabe was tied on it.
But not tight enough as we advance the disc to Doyle. Right on the doorstep, a big hammer from Gangrene. Oh, it's Powick. The reason I kept calling him Powick is because he's got so much power. It's Raba on the sideline now with Horan.
Needing a reset. Stall is increasing, but 2 Hansons on the field, and there was a bit of confusion between them. Paige Hanson not being able to hold on to that disc. It was quite low.
I would love to see Emma Doyle put up another hammer, personally.
Say less. I'm on board with that.
Again, this is the end of the season for these players. Why not go full send? You don't have anything after this that you need to reserve the energy for, apart from maybe work tomorrow. But that is future use problem. Just leave it all out on the field as Miskimen and Horan gives Raba the slip. Horan with a rock power slide. What a beautiful move as he comes up to the far sideline. Powick shutting down the upline cut. Stewart trying to bait Ibrahim.
We see a lot of options coming under here for Gangrene. Opts for the swing. This close side of the field is a little bit higher side in terms of wind, so wanting to not be stuck on the far side of the field. And a really tough option there for 55.
Faringa
Faringa.
unable to secure it.
Just out of the hands. It's possibly maybe a Saturday catch rather than a Sunday catch. Taranaki initiating Abraham to Hansen, who's unmarked until her player caught up.
Powick on a great upline, puts the power position shot up. It's there for doubles, but it's Ellington who comes down with it, puts one through. Can Booth adjust? Yes, he can. Taranaki Thunder taking the lead.
That break for Taranaki is going to be a real mood booster for them. There's a lot of hype on the sideline. You see a lot of players rush into the field. That was a great take from Ellington as well. Powick had two amazing receivers. He loves power position. You can expect it to go up whenever possible.
Hansen was there, but as it started to fade back, it became Ellington's disc.
What a grab in the air. That's a great read and an even better sky.
Well, she's not called Skylar Ellington for no reason, Sean. And I bet Rad Dad Brad Ellington is hyping himself up on the sideline, getting to see some fantastic plays from his kids. Look at that. Gives Doyle the big sell, manages to put one past Ben Wright for Booth for the score. Absolutely fantastic. They're going to come out on defense again as we have a female matching majority point. It's Parker with the disc to initiate things, supported by Xiao, Thomas, and Wong.
Parker with the disc coming from Auckland has traveled down to play with Taranaki Thunder.
Nice pull. Is it going to fade a little bit too much towards that far sideline?
We have Horner looking to pick up the disc. We're unsure as of yet whether it's been called a brick. It looks like they're taking it from the sideline.
So it's an opportunity for Taranaki to try and use that, using the sidelines as an additional defender. We'll see what they want to do, because we've got Smith and Krumno in the upfield space as options. He tries to put in a bladey forehand around. It's not going to come away.
Krumno very open in the middle, probably too open apparently.
Szymanski has it, marked by Carter Squires. Good luck trying to get around him. Goes all the way back, losing about 10 meters in the process to keep it in the hands of Parker. Ellington on a fantastic upline, giving Smith the sell. A laser beam up the sideline.
Just that pressure from Gangrene was made that grab too tough for the Taranaki player.
Krumno has the disc. Over the head of Carter Squires. No call going to be made on that one.
Trading Ds here. The game gets even more tense.
Smith looking downfield. She's got great communication. You can see her talking to her players, nodding at them, directing them.
Liston puts a shot up, looking for Parker. Just a little too long.
Parker getting on within the knee slide, but not able to retain that disc.
Great effort to try and make a play on that disc.
And again,
lovely shot from Liston as well.
That was a cut from the handler space as well into the deep we saw from Parker there. Trying a bit of what Brendan Smith's been doing. Gangrene just willing to take open options even if they're not progressing down the field.
They're displaying some really nice patience with the disc as well, Gangrene. Not willing, not forcing anything, swinging it often, using the full width of the field.
Yep, using all of the angles of the field. And Smith puts up a big put for Cardi Squires.
As it fades, Szymanski with a huge play to get the block.
And, yeah, just by fingertips there.
What a bid.
It really looked like Carter Squires had a perfect read on that, and Szymanski was out of position, but somehow he managed to get up for it. Absolutely astounding plays from Sean Szymanski for Taranaki Thunder. Parker to pick up and initiate, supported by Liston.
We see some of the handler defenders dropping off a little bit, trying to take up the space in the lanes. Liston is unable to bring that in.
Great read by Cardi Squires there to rip it away once again. He's been everywhere.
Cardi Squires is always watching the disc.
Oh, here we go.
Krumno looking like a toe in, despite a great bid from Parker to try and get it.
It's going to be called in here.
By both sides to tie up the game. It's 9 apiece. Taranaki Thunder and Gangrene.
Cardi Squires does a really good job of watching where the disc is while his downfield opponent is running around. He can keep track of both, and that's how he gets a lot of poached Ds on that by anticipating where the throw is going to go.
A great bit of footwork there by Leader as well to toe that one in. What a grab as well.
Huge plays there. You love to see it. And we are just about 1 hour into our match. Both teams only 6 points away from a gold medal.
Wind's picking up a little bit. Nothing that the players aren't used to. See a couple players from Gangrene staying on, not willing to come off while the stakes are so high.
Doyle with the disc now, letting up a big pull.
It's got a lot of flow, touching down, fielded by Raba to Powick. Puts the big shot up, Powick's underneath it, but Smith out of nowhere! He's got an option, yes he does! Oh my goodness!
He macked it to himself.
A huge
For the
play.
score.
Now, in the interests of Ultimate being a sport where as much as we prioritize sportsmanship and teamwork, we do love roasting our teammates. We've just been reminded by some of the Gangrene players that is the third time that Brendan Smith has put one up trying to get a block, and we're going to see it again here. Great closing speed. He goes up, gets the touch, but he's kept it alive enough for Powick to score. I think technically that means Brendan Smith threw an assist, but I'm not sure.
It's great defensive awareness from Smith to poach off his player and attack that disc. Very unfortunate that he didn't get a defensive play there.
An athletic bid by Powick as well. As he lands, he's still in a position to make another play on the disc. Smith on again from the previous point.
Probably looking to redeem himself on offense, working with Doyle in the upfield space.
We see Powick on Smith once again. It's a matchup I'm here for.
Puts one through to Stewart, marked by Ibrahim. Goes around Carter Squires to the surprise of no one, the big hammer. He's looking for Smith, but Powick comes down with it. It's those numerical mirror matches, 21 on 21. Oh my goodness. Powick's going to be chuffed with that. Raba streaking deep. Has he got the separation from Carter Squires? No, he doesn't. And Carter Squires is going to just make sure that that one touches ground. Great territorial play. Not as good as a completion, but it'll do.
Lots of action in a short space of time there. As Doyle gets the disc in the middle of the field, swinging it now to Faringer.
Wobbly shot, but Stewart's able to keep it in hands. Faringer with a great grab on that far sideline, immediately recenters, carries through to Doyle.
Smith's hunting in the middle here, looking for the disc back. Cardi Squires is looking deep. He loves a deep shot.
Nice hammer over the top to find Hamish Horan. Holman with a little air bounce through to Carter Squires, open on the far sideline. Is he going to put one up?
There's been quite a few passes at this point. Taranaki's really trying to pressure the disc backwards.
Faringer to Smith.
They're giving and for the score.
Carter Squires to tie up the game. The score is 10 apiece. This is what a final should look like, folks. Nobody giving an inch to their opposition.
Smith and Cardi Squires linking up once again. These are two guys that have been playing with each other for years. They know how each other play. Their chemistry is unbelievable. And we can see here again just floating it out, knowing that Cardi Squires is going to get under it. And it's tied again. Here we go.
really feels like the first team to claw open a margin at this point in the game is going to be the one that walks away with it, but it's trading. I did not realize that we were hosting our final at the Wellington Stock Exchange. But the only thing here that's going to the moon is the tension on the sidelines as Gangrene and Taranaki Thunder face off, continue to butt heads, to clash sword against shield in the final match of the 2023 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Championship Division 2. McKevitt, we see him back on the field with a monster pull. Beautiful. Touches down in front of Raba, who recenters to Parker. Nickel as an option. Ellington, despite Krumno peeling off, threads one through, finds Thomas to Raba. Booth has it. Oh, no, he doesn't. A low shot coming through.
That throw from Raba being released very low and not gaining any high, unfortunately.
Muskimen has to take to the ground to get that one. Finds McKevitt, marked by Booth. Nice little low release. Finds Krumno. She wants to put up the big shot.
Possibly a little too fast for her receiver. Muskimen just not being able to find that disc. We see Parker streaking deep. She's dragged one of the she's dragged Horner deep with her.
Raba and Liston both underneath it, having time enough to figure out who actually is going to get the disc. Ellington, quick offload to Raba. He's trying to accelerate. They're running out of space as everything gets nice and compressed, but it is Owen Ellington walking that one on. Taranaki Thunder 11, Gangrene 10. 25 minutes left in the game.
Seems like we possibly will be reaching our point cap of 15 points in this game. Hopefully it's a nice tight game all the way through. Make it a really exciting game for the crowd here and the crowd at home.
Seems like a little bit of a defensive miscommunication as Ellington just able to peel off there wide open to the front corner of the end zone. No one seemed to pick him up at all.
This is some great flow from Taranaki. They're using all of the angles possible. They're not just looking downfield. They're swinging it backwards if they need to open up the space for their downfield cutters.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Horner knew who he was supposed to be marking on that quick break as they pushed through. Looked like he may have been out of position, which could have left Ellington open for that score. But either way, they're going to take it. They're going to use it. And sending the defense down. Doyle to Carter Squires immediately. Nice recentering, supported by Horan Szymanski on the mark. But Carter Squires is putting up. It's going to turn over a little early. Not quite stable enough. Great chase there by Aoife Broad. And tracked pretty closely by Paige Hansen as well, but it's going to be a turnover, and it's one that Taranaki need if they want to take it to a slightly wider margin, give themselves a bit of breathing room. Ibrahim through to Szymanski.
There's a bit of a defensive mismatch with a wide open player.
Wong to Poick. Ibrahim to Szymanski, bouncing off Hansen. Ibrahim on a great upline, but Sam McKevitt, he's just too close. Huge bid from McKevitt.
Not coming back up again, McKevitt. Looks like he's possibly injured himself or aggravated an existing injury, possibly.
A huge play either way, managing to peel off his assignment, recognizing when that upline cut was coming in, and just crashes through it. I know we've said leave everything on the field, but Sam, we didn't mean everything. Great work there, taking an injury sub. And so as he takes that injury sub, we have an opportunity for the Taranaki Thunder to also make a substitution. Doesn't look like they're going to take anyone off the field. I think it's Bogatsky who is going to substitute on for McKevitt. Powick has it.
Hansen in the middle there. To Ellington, we see some nice swings here, but they're having to resort to keeping it amongst the handlers. Not a lot of downfield work, but Ellington with the bid.
Great attempt there, just overthrown. And a pick has been called. Oh, such a heartbreaking play there. Gangrene, Bogatsky finds Doyle. Little offload to leader, manages to pull it down, marked by Hansen. Goes wide around Bogatsky as Ibrahim closes. It's Doyle against Hansen again. Manages to get one around to Carter Squires. Szymanski in hot pursuit, applying the pressure, but he's able to get one back through to Doyle in the midfield.
We see the handlers from Gangrene are cycling in and out, which is creating a lot of good flow from the handler space into the downfield. Great.
Carter Squires, more like Carter skied him. Goes up, puts the blade down. It's Bogatsky. Has she got an option? She's right on the doorstep as marked by Wong. Manages to come back through midfield to Bogatsky. Quick offload and change of direction to Doyle. And the snap around to Carter Squires to tie the game.
Wow, what brilliant offensive flow from Gangrene there.
Doyle just moving her mark with ease there.
Unbelievable. Just the quickness with which those Gangrene handlers change direction. Going to get to see it again. You can see almost as though you know where their intention is being projected down the field, and just the focus there, the intensity is able. You can see it again there with Bogatsky, and again with Doyle. It's just that intention pulling the defense into a really obvious position, but that ability to quickly change direction to refine that balance and fire off a disc in the opposite direction, capitalizing, creating holes in the defense there. And Carter Squires able to put another one on the board.
Gangrene with a lot of experienced throwers who are able to catch and release really quickly and change their grip quickly. That really helps with being able to have to take any option that pops up, making them a very dangerous thrower.
And it looks like a timeout has been called, so we will be back very shortly with the later stages of this match. At most, we have 7 more points to play, and we know with teams like this, with the cannons, with the foot speed, those points are going to go a lot quicker than any of us realize as they march towards the end of the season for these Division 2 teams. But my name is Blair Monroe. I'm joined in the booth by Rachel Siahani Royal and DJ Flex himself, Sean Gardner, and we'll be back soon.
We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI.TV. ULTI.net.
And we are back. It all comes down to this. These teams have fought and sweated and left everything behind to bring them to this point. 11-11 in a game to 15, 18 minutes left on the clock. It's hard to believe we're fortunate enough to see a game that's so tightly contested.
These players not only have they been having to be around in the wind and the rain for 72 minutes. It's a tough ask to ask these players to focus as well for 72 whole minutes. You may not be playing the whole game, but it still requires a lot of attention.
And it's amazing to consider that not only have they been focused and dialed in for the last 72 minutes, that's at the end of 2 days of highly competitive play. Natural athletes. Krumnall with a huge spin pull again, touching down just out of bounds, is going to give them an opportunity to bring in from the sideline, as it looks like they'll do. Raba to Parker. To Raba again. Carter Squires putting the pressure on the mark. It's Jonas Holman marked by Bogatsky, but gets it through to Inamura.
Raba wanting the disc back again. Really directing this handler set.
Great find. Parker on a crossfield cut.
Parker only needed one hand for that catch.
Holman setting himself up away from his defender to try and open up a hammer. It's Liston who's got it right on the end zone.
A very athletic bid from Raba.
But a high angle on the backhand means it's going to find turf before it finds the hands of Luke Raba. Muskimin to initiate, puts the shot up. He's looking for Carter Squires, but it comes in over the wrong shoulder.
Carter Squires not pleased with not getting notice of that throw going up.
Like I always say, there are 3 lines that win a game of Ultimate. There's your O-line, your D-line, and your sideline. Communication is critical, especially in games as tightly contested as these, as Raba picks up the disc on the far sideline. Goes back around to Parker. Parker just asserting that she has a right to a disc width, and Carter Squires shuts that down.
And he gets on his bike straight away, looking long. Oh, that throw just out of reach of Faringa there, looking to spread that field once again.
Taranaki Thunder. We'll see that there. Krumno with the disc. Just slightly overthrows Faringa.
Perfect opportunity there to get horizontal.
And with her height, she definitely would have had that one. Raba to Parker.
Parker's been getting involved very heavily in the second half.
We see some of the handlers have lost their footing, so Gangrene had tried to clamp down, but it didn't work. We've got a high throw to Ellington. We know she can take those in easily, and she does.
Great work there as she resets the disc to Liston. Trying to go around, Carter Squires goes 2, 3 grabs. Huge play there.
Carter Squires making sure of that. Maybe out the back of the end zone there.
Wow, what a piece of defensive effort once again from Carter Squires.
What a phenomenon. You cannot spell Carter Squires without art, and that is exactly what we are seeing in front of us today. Number 22 for Gangrene, doing such a great job. We see Krumno on a great undercut, getting the separation. Broad, wide open in the deep space over Inamura, but it's not an option. Back to Bogatsky, but a pick was called.
And the disc coming back in with Bogatsky. Muskimin and Bogatsky just playing together. A little bit of back and forth.
Liston and Holman trying to shut it down on defense, but they're not able to. Bogatsky. Oh, what a great find there.
Lovely series of 1-2s between these two players.
Some free yards from the momentum as Carter Squires has the disc center field.
A great mark here by number 31, Holman. Getting up to 8, possibly 9 on that stall count. A high shot.
Broad gets it.
She's looking into the end zone. And how unusual.
An uncharacteristic drop by John Bogatsky.
Just possibly thinking too far ahead, needing to close his hands around the disc first.
And a timeout called by Luke Raba. A veteran move there, giving Taranaki Thunder not only an opportunity to catch their breath, but to try and establish something. This is a necessary possession for them if they want to walk away with the win. They came out on defense at the start of this point. For them to be able to turn around and get an offensive opportunity and widen that scoreline, it's going to be huge. But they've got a lot to overcome. The defensive power of Carter Squires, Muskimin, their ladies as well. We've seen Emma Doyle do some great work. Aoife Broad as well. Lida as well. Huge players on that Gangrene line that Taranaki Thunder are going to have to work around if they want to put that score on the board.
The players on Gangrene are also they're hunting that disc down. They're looking for a run through D. You can't play like you're tired in this game. You have to be chasing that disc down as soon as you see it's coming up to you. You have to be running aggressively towards it because you know that your defender is going to be doing the same. Players need to be thinking about the fact that they've got maximum 7 points left of this tournament, of this season. Now is the time to really give it all you've got. You don't want to be going home thinking, I could have run a bit more, could have run a bit faster, I could have been more alert. You want to be exhausted at the end of this game.
We saw Cardi Squires after that timeout was called, hitting the deck, falling to his knees. He looks absolutely exhausted. He's been putting it all out on the field here.
He's not just putting in a shift, Sean. He's putting in double overtime. We can only hope that it pays off for him. Once again, we'll allow the offense to set their structure before the defense find their positions and play resumes. 79 minutes into the game, 11 more on the clock to make up those 7 points. These long points, this one in particular, very, very long, but it just means both teams are playing amazing defense.
Taranaki are looking at about 60 meters of upwind to go to work through, and if they want to score this point.
But we know that they can do it.
The Gangrene sideline is it's very strong on the close side of the field, communicating to their on-field players.
Ellington to Parker, near sideline, marked by Krumno.
Ellington, such a versatile player. Looking downfield.
Oh, that just textbook huge lunge to try and trick the defense.
And sees
The no look.
over her shoulder to Raba.
Very, very difficult throw to make there.
Luke Raba with a great upline cut, puts one up, looking for Holman, finds him. There it is. That's the hold. That's the break that Taranaki Thunder need. It's going to put them up. They're going to come out on defense again. Time is ticking, ticking, ticking away. 3 points away from a Taranaki Thunder victory.
I wonder where Holman's defender was. We get to see it again now. It looks like he's standing still when he catches that disc. You see Bogatsky just peeling off, not expecting the deep shot, not ready for that. Looking over both shoulders, trying to track it in, but Holman completely ready.
Perhaps just underestimating a little bit the strength of throws that Raba has. It's a great put there too.
Just a gorgeous little whip off the fingers. Oh, stop it.
It's a tough direction to throw that throw as well. With the wind coming from right to left, it means that the wind can catch that disc and push it way too high, but excellently weighted by Raba.
Poick with a huge pull. Touching down, fielded by Horan safely to Smith. Back to Horan, working up the field with Doyle, marked by Xiao, goes to far sideline.
Horner's got eyes for the deep shot, not coming now.
Leader with the disc, marked by Hansen. Ibrahim trying to stop the reset. Can't do it, it's Horner. Comes back midfield for Doyle. Goes around, it's Leader again. Hansen trying to shut down the continuation, manages it. It's Smith in the midfield. Goes around to Horan. Poick can't stop it. It's Horner. Right on the doorstep, has to go back to Horan instead. Unmarked, threads it through to Smith. Has he got anything developing?
Ellington really need to shut that break side down now. He really needs to watch it.
Horan goes around and Ellington. What a huge play. Is there going to be a call made?
There's a bit of chat on the field, but it looks like there's no call. Oh, using all of his length, Ellington, to put his body in the way of that disc.
Yeah, it looked a little clean on the replay. Ellington laying out for it. I think Smith was mainly concerned about stepping on him.
On a big bid there by McKevitt on the mark.
Hansen to Hansen.
To Hansen. To Hansen? To Ibrahim.
Who needs teammates when you've got family? Hansen midfield, in the immortal words of Vin Diesel. Poick with the disc. Family. It's Ellington midfield. He's got a cannon, but he's going to offload to Hansen instead. Baiting an upline doesn't come. It's Ibrahim instead. There it is, a big shot looking for Ellington over Smith. He's gone and done it.
Oh my goodness, but it looks like there's a foul call there. I've got to contain my excitement for just a second here. It looks like we're going to have a discussion. My goodness. But as it stands at the moment, Ellington put the roof over the top of Smith. Let's see it again here.
But the question is, with his positioning, because there was definitely contact after the catch, the question that I imagine Smith is asking is, could Ellington have made that catch without drawing that contact? Because if the answer is no, he shouldn't have made the play and he wouldn't have been able to get the score.
I think possibly the discussion is also about the fact that Ellington had to come over Smith's shoulder. Your vertical space above you is your space rather than your opposition space. So I feel maybe Smith thought he had the positioning and therefore that bid on his shoulder wasn't legal. You can see a lot of other players on the field catching their breath now as the discussion is elongated. It looks like the disc might be going back as a contested call. So as a offensive receiving foul, the stall should come in at the same as what it was when the disc was released. Ibrahim being marked by McKevitt. McKevitt coming back from his injury sub from earlier.
And the disc about to be checked in.
And a turn by Ibrahim.
And a foot block from McKevitt.
A push pass of all things by Horner to find leader. Finds Stein, marked by Hansen. Pushes one up to McKevitt. A low shot, and it's Horan with a knee slide. It doesn't look like it was in.
Horan really making sure that disc was up.
It's Doyle for the grab and the score to bring us back to a tied game.
That's some, I imagine that Doyle and Horan have done that a million times over. We get to see this foot block again, as if he could read Ibrahim's mind. Great anticipation there from McKevitt.
Just a slide into a gentle frog pose for a good adductor stretch for Horan in the midpoint. Asking for a great upline cut. Doyle with plenty of, well, not plenty, but just enough separation. All she needed.
Plenty of separation for the right throw, and Horan put up the right throw.
And great patience from him as well. Not to force anything there, just was looking straight at Doyle. Puts in a little bit of a shimmy to move Powick. And leaves Doyle wide open in the end zone for that strike cut.
Good timing by Horan. It can be an interesting playing mix there. So, quite often the female cutters aren't going to be running as fast as the male cutters, and you need to be able to time that correctly. You need to be able to make sure that you're thinking about who you're throwing to.
I can't say that that's my experience, but maybe that's just me not being a very fast runner. The pull goes up to be fielded by Raba one more time. Finds Parker to Raba. Pushes wide across field for Powick. Ellington again finds Szymanski with a little cheeky tumble.
Raba working hard, but Bogatsky is holding him out of the play.
Krumnon nearly getting a bite on it. Parker to listen. Szymanski. Powick wide open. Muskimin taking his time getting into position. Szymanski again. He doesn't use it. You can see he wants to throw that forehand to Parker, to Raba. Inamura not able to close hands around it.
Gut-wrenching for Thunder there, so close to the end zone as well. They were working that up really, really nicely.
It's a tough blow, but they've got a full field to go at this stage. It's a lot of pressure can be put on, and that throw was a little too fast for Smith. Possibly it was meant to be a little higher, a little floatier that would enable Smith to run onto it.
And that's just the difference that defensive pressure makes. We've seen Maria Krumno with some fantastic throws this entire tournament. But Parker applying just enough pressure. Comes out a little low, generates a turn. Powick to Inamura again. Big fake, getting a bite out of Broad.
Some great communicative fakes here on the Thunder team.
Raba and Parker. Liston coming back for it, but Muskimen closes the gap. Hesitating a little bit long. Szymanski's got it. Finds Liston. He's gonna put one up. Is he looking for Powick? Yes, he is, and he's gonna find him despite a great close by Smith to shut that one down. Taranaki Thunder now 13 to Gangrene's 11. There are very few points left to play.
This is a similar shot that we saw, I think, previously on the end zone, to just a standing off fender, Powick, not needing to move to catch that disc, that blade coming in.
Yeah, as you say, Rachel, it was Rabe to Holman, I think, earlier. Very, very similar, almost frame for frame.
Showing that they can do it again. It wasn't a fluke the first time.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And speaking of breaks, that is exactly what Taranaki Thunder are looking for now. They come out on defense. If they can generate a turn and secure or convert that point, that's a break. It's going to take them one away from a win. But first, they have to generate that turn. And we know that Gangrene have an incredibly patient offense, that they can mix up those comfortable handler weaves, handler resets with those long options if they get one of their great cutters pushing into that deep space.
Paige Hansen with the pull.
It's a beautiful amount of float on that.
Smith to Doyle. That looks to be our soft cap, so we're going to play this last point. Depending on what happens here, it's going to be either a game to 13 or a game to 14, but that soft cap means a lot.
Quick reactions from Lita.
To grab it with one hand as well, even more impressive.
I feel like Gangrene's playing quite safely here. Look until...
Smith grabs it. Can he close it? Yes, to Lita. A tied game. The soft cap went during that point. The score being 13-13 means we add 1 to the highest score. It is now a flat race to 14. If nothing else, this is the final point of the tournament. It comes down to a universe finish.
Oh my goodness. Do not turn off your TVs, folks. You will not want to avert your eyes.
If you blink, you might miss it. We've seen how fast these teams are able to generate points, particularly through the later stages of the game. I have only one word. Bruh.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh my goodness.
And so both of these teams need their best players on the line, so we're going to see who they trust. Unsurprisingly, Carter Squires, Doyle, Horan, Thine, Smith. For Gangrene, Raba, Parker, Powick, unsurprisingly, Hansen, Owen, and Skylar Ellington. Both Hansens, actually. These are very strong lines here for this universe point. All Taranaki need to do is make no mistakes. All Gangrene need to do is force a single error and capitalize. Doyle with the pull. It comes down to this.
It's crunch time now. Here we go. Who is going to come away with it here?
Powick, Taraba. We could not ask for a better final, folks. Parker trying to get separation. The stall count's getting high, but she managed to slip free of Doyle. Pushes to the far sideline, finding Hansen. Hansen with a slip, not able to get it. The throw is slightly off. Is it going to come down to a Gangrene finish in the hands of Carter Squires? Has to go wide, finds Doyle. Smith available as an option. Owen Ellington closes in, but Smith can put it the length. We're at the halfway mark. He has to reset instead, pushing to Emma Doyle. Far sideline, she wants a big one, but she's gonna, big fake, getting a bite out of us here at the commentary booth as well. It's Smith. He's putting it up to Carter Squires. We've got Krumno going deep for it, as well as Bagatsk. There was definitely some contact on that, a little bit of shoulder to shoulder. Are they going to make a call, or is that going to be left clean?
Looks like that player's going to stand.
Oh my God, Father! Look at that, a little bit of shoulder contact, but I think Bagatsk may have avoided making a call as she knew the disc was going to be overthrown anyway. It's a really good spirited thing to do, considering that it is universe point. It's the last point of the season for these two teams. Powick has the disc, supported by Raba. Ellington in the deep space. Both Ellingtons as well as both Hansons. Oh, he wanted to put a big shot up, but instead looks for Raba. Nice upline in front of Carter Squires. It's Powick. He wants it. He's not going to get a chance. Carter Squires won't let him put it up. The score count's getting high. Great work by Hanson to secure that as Bagatsk closes, but it's Raba with the disc. A nice quick dish. He tries to push upline, has to juke back, getting the disc. Horan applying a great amount of pressure on the defense. It's Owen Ellington. He's got it at the halfway mark, marked by Carter Squires. Skylar Ellington testing the deep space. It's Raba on the reset. Horan applying a great amount of pressure. Has to lose yards, going wide to find Parker. Swings back to Raba. Manages to grab it somehow. Up the line to Owen Ellington, marked by Carter Squires. I can't believe it. He's putting the shot through to Powick. They're close now, right at the red zone. It's Smith applying pressure on the mark. Henson wide open. There's another Henson there. She's got it this time. We're so close to the end, folks. If Taranaki Thunder can put this one away, drops back, loses yards, finds Parker, fakes the hammer, puts it up anyway. A questionable option there. End zone fever.
I think Doyle might have just got a piece of that one. And they're going to play it quickly here.
It's Doyle throwing low, finds Horan. I don't think Taranaki Thunder are going to have the opportunity to get another shot at it. It's Thine. She goes wide. It's Carter Squires. Krumno's pushing it. Smith is pushing it. Think they might have to play a little bit safer. Losing yards for Bagatsk. Up to Doyle. Parker on the defense. It's coming in high, but of course Horan's going to pull that one down. Immediately snaps it back to Smith. Powick, arms wide on the mark, but it goes to Doyle anyway. They're worried about the Hucks. Smith on a great upline cut in front of Powick, has power position, decides not to use it. Powick establishes the defense. Blady, but Carter Squires gets it. Owen Ellington needs to shut this down. Can he do it? We've signaled to engage the reset handler. Carter Squires, he's not getting that option. He puts the shot up. Who's underneath? It's Emma Doyle for the score.
Bang! It's game!
Gang Green are your 2023 Division 2 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Champions.
Oh my goodness, what a game!
What
a point!
Wow.
What a point!
What a fantastic performance. Oh my goodness, Wellington is going to explode with the celebrations from that one. Oh my goodness, I don't have words, and yet somehow I am still talking, so I am going to wrap it up with one final thank you to our supporters. New World, Pure Sports Nutrition, T-City for our volunteer kit, Low Cost Bins for helping us keep Awakarangi Park clean. Oh my goodness, and of course Pub Charity, who allowed us to have a second field on stream. My name, as always, is Blair Munro.
My name is Sean Gardner.
My name's Rachel Siahani Royal.
And what a pleasure it has been to be your eyes and ears, your context and commentary for this entire tournament, the Division 2 Mixed Ultimate Championships. A huge congratulations to Gang Green for squeaking out that universe point finish exactly as it should be.
Possibly heading to Div 1 next year, Gang Green, do we think?
I think so.
Moving up the league?
They qualified at the end of last year's season as well. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What?
Wow. It's going to take me a while to emotionally recover from that one. I am in all sorts of emotions right now. What a game. What a contest. And what an effort from both of these teams.
What a finish. Huge thanks to ULTI.TV for bringing you the very best in Ultimate here at New Zealand, Australia, and around the world. If you like what you see and you want to help us bring you more of the best sport in the world to your living rooms, head on over to patreon.com/ULTI.TV and give us your spare change. Until the next one, thank you very much for watching.
ULTI.TV.